Minister for Tourism Dominic Fady has mounted a stout defense of the tourism levy bill. The bill has stirred up a firestorm of controversy from concerned citizens and the opposition, who argue that the law will negatively affect small rental, Airbnb, and accommodation operators. Fady contends the bill merely seeks to lift the weight of marketing the island off the back of the government. The Minister for Tourism touts what he claims are the bill's benefits to the accommodation sector.
You may need to put other amenities in the room so that you can stay up to date with what's happening in the industry. If you are not registered, then you will not be able to get concessions like large hotels do. So what we're simply trying to do is to create a better management system for you. A lot of the bigger hotels can afford to put a reservation system in place. They can afford to set aside a marketing budget. They can afford to get legal help to advise them as to how to apply for concessions. They can afford to do a lot of things that smaller inns cannot do on their own. Government, by the setting up of Village Tourism Incorporated, will help the smaller properties to get established, to get advanced, and to be more competitive within the industry.
According to the bill, which passed the lower house on Tuesday, failure to register under the Act can result in a stiff fine of $100,000 and/or imprisonment not exceeding 4 years. Fady argues that the focus has been placed on the wrong section of the law.
I think it is disingenuous for anyone to take just a very small sentence in an entire 7 or 8 piece amendment to a legislation to say that that is the true representation of what the bill is. It is reckless, it is irresponsible, and it is political maneuverings only to cause scare. But we have seen this in the last 4 years. We have seen whereby instead of coming and reasoning and giving the Saint Lucian people the truth, that the opposition Saint Lucia Labour Party, all they have done is to present themselves in a manner that is scaring the people.
Moreover, Fady says these actions are to ensure the collection of funds to meet the marketing needs of the destination.
Many years ago, there was a tax called the Hotel Accommodation Tax. And in that tax, even today, the former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. Kenny Anthony, is on record of saying that hoteliers owe millions of dollars in this tax. And the reason why we have had to ensure that the penalty is at the strictest that it can be is to send a very strong signal to the hotels that we are serious about collecting or them collecting the monies on behalf of the government to ensure that this tax is remitted to the government so that we can then fund the marketing activities of the tourism authority.
Senator Timothy Mangal was on board with the tourism levy bill. He highlights the benefits of a standardized tourism industry for all stakeholders.
From the Airbnb, the small hotels, the larger hotel, we could all do so as St. Lucia, rather than have one standard for the smaller hotels and another standard for the bigger hotels. So I think it's a good idea to be able to capture everyone within a registration process.
It has been said that this is just another ploy to get the government to get revenue for people when they register, another form of revenue generating for the government. Do you see that as?
No, you see, as anything else, when you do register, when you do formalize into a sector, you will be given all the necessary assistance. Those assistance, those support does not come for free. You would understand that. You travel on a minibus, you would have to pay your fares. So if St. Lucia will be marketing on a whole together with smaller businesses, smaller hotels, Airbnb, and you will be benefiting from that market, naturally, if you are going to make a profit, that you should pay your contribution as well towards that sector.
The Ministry for Tourism says the legislation is intended to empower the accommodation sector and bolster village tourism. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.